Hello, my name is Leah Guzman, and I'm a professional artist and board certified art therapist. I had two requests this week of from an art therapist and one from an artist asking about the best tips and creating photos of your artwork. So I figured I would come on here and share my knowledge with you. I've been making art all my life, but the past 10 years I've been selling it. I've been putting it out into the world, and I've learned some things along the way. I'm not a professional photographer. If you have a friend that's that's a professional photographer and will take your work, photos of your work, yes, go for it. But if you are someone that makes art and you want to make some prints of your art, you want to put some artwork up on your website, maybe you want to submit to a show, I am able to help you because it's not that difficult. It's really just knowing about the lighting and making sure that you're getting as much pixels in there as possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off. I'm going to kind of give you some tips here just so that you know I have printed on, I've done paper prints, I've done prints as large as billboards where I had submitted to a show. My artwork was put on a billboard and a bus stop. I've also printed on dresses, on clothes, and also just recently I made a yoga mat. So it's kind of fun. So there will be websites that need certain pixel size. So we'll talk about that as well. All right, so number one, taking photos of your work. The best place to do this is outside. You might say, oh, I have a lot of natural light in my home. That's wonderful. But really the natural light outside really makes a difference. And I'll show you that in just a minute of how the light, I actually have really nice lighting in my studio, but it's actually dark. When I go outside, you can see everything brightens up. So what you want to do is I'm going to show you how to take pictures of small pieces, which I have a couple small pieces, 16 by 16, and I have a super large piece behind me, and the difference in taking both of those. So I had mentioned going outside. You do not want to go out when it's super sunny. So don't go out in the middle of the day. You want to go out either in the morning, early morning, or in the evening time, like before it gets dark. So it's about 4:20 here. It might be okay in between like 4 and 7 before it gets dark would be a good time. If the sun's behind the clouds, that's even better, right? Or you can just find a shady spot. So when you are going to take your pictures, I just use a cell phone. You can use a fancy photo camera if you'd like to. That's awesome. But iPhones work really, really good. Never had a problem with it. The only thing that I would mention is that your phone could be set up at HEIC, which is a very low pixel. Okay, and you actually have to go into your settings to have your images taken at a larger format. Okay, and that actually happened to me where they were saving at HEIC. And when they do save as that, it's a very low storage. You can take a lot of pictures, but it doesn't take up that much space. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to get the best quality. So make sure you're not saving them as HEIC. Okay, because it's a small file. All right, so what we'll do is I'll just show you how to do it. Let me walk over and grab a painting. So for example, I have this little ocean scene. If I'm going to take a picture of this, let me move my chair out of the way, then I would want to actually lay it flat on the ground and stand over it. And I want to use up the entire frame of the camera. So I'll put my camera on the square because it is a square. And I'm going to try to get the entire piece in that square. So I'm taking my picture. Okay, just doing this. I have something to tell you because interesting enough, unless you want to go right around it, you can also go right around it. Make sure you have the same angle. And I'll show you what it looks like. Also think about your signature on the bottom. For example, this is a good lesson for you. So I have my entire image on my phone, and my signature is right here on the bottom. So if I make this smaller, because I want to take up as much space, so that's the pixels, and then I go back and just edit, and I'm just going to bring in my edges, and sometimes it will cut off your signature. So for example, this cut off because I put my signature so close to that edge. Okay, so I'm going to say done here. Make sure that your camera is at a flat angle when you, because your painting is flat. If you were to prop it up against a wall, which you can put it on the ground and pop it up to a wall, just make sure your phone is the same angle as that image. If it's propped up as an angle, you got to make sure your phone is at an angle. Okay. Now, for the larger pieces, you'll have to get a ladder. You put it flat on the ground, you go on top and you take a picture, right, to get that big size frame. So I have a large painting in my living room, which is actually very hard to get off the wall. This is on top of my couch. I know the best part of the sunshine coming into my house, because when the sun comes up, it comes through that window. I've taken pictures of my artwork like at 9 in the morning, because that's the most light that's coming in there, and they came out really nice. I can't do it at 4 o'clock because the sun hits the other side of my house and the light is not coming in. So there is another way that you could take pictures of those large paintings, of just knowing the best time when that light is coming in to take the image. And again, you don't want anything extra in your frame. You want to just get really close up and look at just the artwork that you're working on, so you can get as much pixels as possible. So I'm going to show you a little trick as well. I'm going to share my screen. Sometimes when you are creating artwork and say you want to make a dress or a yoga mat or making some items or submit to a show, they want it at a certain pixel size. They might not want it to be such a big file that's coming to them. So you'll have to change that size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you really quick. And can you see all this swell? I'm not sure if you could see this or not, but on the top, it says preview, file, edit, view, go, and tools. So I'm going to hit tools, and then I'm going to say adjust size. So when I adjust the size, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'm just going to let you know what it says. It says you can customize. Right now it's 40 by 32. The height is 30 by 24. So I can go in here and change those numbers according to what the person wants. So if I'm submitting this to an exhibit, they might want, mostly they go by pixel size, but you can change those numbers, right, to match the, what that person wants, and then save it. Okay. That's just a really nice way to be able to use that one nice image in different formats in different ways. The other little tip for you is be sure to organize your work. So you have your imagery that you just took pictures of, and now you're going to put it into your computer. Go ahead and put it into a file. Put the date on it, put what year it is, let it know it's your artwork, and give it a name, and go ahead and put the dimensions on and the title in the heading. So that helps you a couple years from now, like say you want to submit to a show or use that artwork, you already have the name, you have the dimensions. If you want to put a cost, like the price, you can put that on there too, just to have yourself organized so it's there for you when you need it. All right, I think that's about it. If you have any questions that come up, please go ahead and yeah, just let me know in the comments. And I hope this was helpful for you. I'd love to see your work when you take it. All right, bye.